We clearly cannot, in this short film, show you examples of all the different types of program which we broadcast. They're astonishingly varied, but here's an impression of some of them, beginning with Picture Page in its original 1937 form.
BBC Television, this is the switchboard of Picture Page, a topical magazine introducing visitors, type, and personality. You're through. You're looking at Type Major Massey, the bagpipes man from Trafalgar Square.
Now look here. I have not come here to be made a laughingstock. No, please, please. Remember where you are and temper your hilarity with a modicum of reserve. Have you heard this one?
We're going to show you one of the visitors in our series of outside broadcasts, Golfers in Action. Our visitor on this occasion is C.A. Whitcomb, who, as most of you know, captained the English Ryder Cup team last year, 1936.
Our grip, we term the interlock. That is, you interlock the two fingers, placing the thumbs round the shaft.
Here comes the coronation coach.
Good afternoon, everybody. How are you? Do you remember me, Jasmine Bligh? Well, here we are after a lapse of nearly 7 years, ready to start again. And of course, we're always terribly excited and thrilled that the great day has at last arrived when this station is once more ready to go on the air.
Miser, miser, you're getting worse. Now shake all the muck from out of your purse. Miser, miser, take a chance. Spend a few coppers on a romance. Bye, bye, shalom, bye. You'll be richer by and by. My, just you try. Then the gold won't satisfy. Miser, miser, growing old. Never took advice when you were told. Miser, miser, it's too late. Someone else is knocking at the gate.
Let me welcome viewers in the West who have now joined us here in London. Secondly, let me admit that we are frequently accused of being over-frivolous in these television variety programs of ours. We now, therefore, proudly present an item in a rather more serious vein. A cameo of Cervantes' hero of classic Spain, Don Quixote de la Mancha.
I'm looking for a knight to fight. Do you think that I might find one? Not too old and not too bold. I wouldn't mind a blind one.
Hello, everyone. You see Muffin? It's very late. I think we'd better sing his tune. That ought to do the trick. Will you sing it with me? We want Muffin, Muffin the Mule, dear Muffin, playing the fool. We want Muffin, everybody sing. We want Muffin the Mule. Hello.
And he looked at us and said, I can now reveal to you that we are a suicide battalion. There are massed motor brigades inland, trained on the beach. Some of those bombs are bound to fall short. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
Bend them again. Now put them down. Count 8. Now stretch them quite as far as you can. Now bring them up again. Hello. Now this is the second exercise in our new Keep Fit supplement, Look Slimmer for Spring. Now if we're going to look slim and trim, we've got to think about good posture. Whatever our measurements, providing we hold ourselves beautifully, we must look slimmer and trimmer.
5 seconds. Stand by 2. Stand by the caption scanner. Stand by to cue Richard. Superimpose. Mix through, a cue on two.
Good evening. Within the last few minutes, we've heard that the Russians have launched another moon rocket.
Central control to regional studios and switching centres for tonight's regional news opt-outs. Stand by, please. Stand by, Alexandra Palace. Switch out, region, switch out, and cut to Palace.
Now for viewers in London and the South East.
This is the BBC Television Service. We now present from Studio A, Alexandra Palace, another programme in our series of experimental transmissions in colour.
Early one morning, just as the sun was rising, I heard a maiden sing in the valley below. Oh, don't deceive me, oh, never leave me. How could you use a poor maiden so? Remember
Hold it there.
the vows that you made to your
Tighten it a bit, John. Use that little bit of red behind her shoulder. That's it. Going to two.
Short 3 on 2. Going
to one.
How could you use a poor maiden so?
One's a bit green in the shadows on the left. Is that shading?
Yes, we'll have to change the green tube tomorrow.
You mean today, don't you?
Well, good evening. And as I said a few minutes ago, only I understand nobody could hear me, welcome to BBC Two from where it all began, here in Studio A in Alexandra Palace. Now it's the newsroom of Channel 2, and tonight of all nights there has been a loss of electric power at our main studios, the television centre in West London. It's due, we are told, to a failure in a 60,000 volt feeder at Iver in Bucks, 186 feet high. It's excuse me, just like Channel 1. Hello? Unlike Channel 1, there's nobody there. Some tape handed to me now. Widespread electricity failures reported in London tonight. The power failure halted underground trains. Let's try again. Hello? Yes, I can. Mm-hmm. Right you are. Right. Goodbye. As you can imagine, there's a good deal of rushing about going on behind the scenes. The London power failure halted underground trains on the central line between Northolt and West Ruislip. So if anyone's not home yet, perhaps that accounts for it. BBC Television Centre, Shepherd's Bush, blacked out 25 minutes before the scheduled start of BBC Two's first programme at 7:20. Well, something has started.
Well, the proof will come when we take the top off, won't it, Mr. Barrett, eh?
Yes.
Oh, look at that.
Well,
lovely.
Oh, yes, it is.
Look at that. You know,
yes, that is.
Yoke nice and runny and white set. Just how I like it.
Yes, do I. So do I.
Now, the way in which we define rate of change, indeed the way in which we calculate it even, is a very sophisticated mathematical process. But we can get an idea of what's going on if we look at the graphs of functions.
And so, ladies and gentlemen, ends this film transmission from the BBC television station at Alexandra Palace. We shall be on the air again at the advertised time. Until then, goodbye, everybody.